What nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans Inc. And this is the Sorcerer Kitty Zeno Asagiri. And today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 244. And before me and the Sorcerer Kitty here get into this recap and live reaction, let us just remind you to hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because of course this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my adorable little sorcerer kitty, and this operation alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one. Feel free to hit up our Cash App and PayPal. Links are in the description box below. So, Kitty, I hope this isn't our final live reaction for Jujutsu Kaisen, because man, not looking good for us right now. It's really not. But anyways, last chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen was so epic because we wrapped up the Takaba and Kenjaku fight, and I swear to God, that's going to be one of the best fights in this entire manga. And that's saying a lot because I love the Mojito fights, because that's my husbando. Yes, that's my husbando, man. Oh, I love Mojito. I miss Mojito, man. I do. But anyways, at the end of the chapter, though, we saw Kotsu come in. He came in like a wrecking ball and decapitated Kenjaku. But Kenjaku, he said he had a backup plan. But what is that backup plan? Well, does it involve Tengen? Or does it involve Sukuna? Now, if it's the latter, well, good luck with that, because let's be real, Sukuna's probably going to backstab him. But anyways, let's get to this chapter, see what's in store for us this week. Finally! It's happening! I've been waiting for this! Yee! Okay, here we go. The third battle of Shinjuku. Higuruma and Itadori versus Ryoma and Sukuna. The battle begins! Finally! We've been waiting forever for this! And this chapter is titled The Shinjuku Battle in the Inhuman Demon Realm Part 16. Ooh, yeah. For Kenjaku, we have to open up a chance with Takaba and strike the final blow with the Kotsu. So this is the planning. This is probably going down when Sukuna was fighting Gojo. The condition is that if Gojo loses, it will be the time when it is confirmed. But this requires a Kotsu to return quickly, so I'm seriously counting on you. As for the problem of Sukuna, even though it's an all-out battle, we still have to decide who will participate. These guys, idiots, it's an all-out battle, so it's going to be all of us, and I'll go first. Of course he's going to go first. He wants to go first. What's the point of putting someone on the front line who can't even make an opening and who has a 100% probability of getting killed instantly? Like Miwa, for example. Not only does she lack power, but she made it a vow to herself. I will not use the sword again in Shibuya. But that cut was also defended with bare hands. Ooh. That's true. The extreme bond with Master Tengen and all the people of Japan is probably deniable if you are a sorcerer. Even Sukuna and Kenjaku win by fusing with a monster able to destroy the world. That doesn't mean we won't be able to survive. Well, if you are a player, you will be killed if Kenjaku survives. But we can stay alive for several days. If there's only Sukuna left, it could be even more. I'm sorry, but I'm out. It looks like I can't even help. I want to take care of my family as much as I can. I'm thinking of escaping abroad with my family. Seriously. It's okay. Don't worry. You don't need oh my God. You don't need to declare it. It's not a public execution. What would be actually extraordinary is if you were able to help in the battle. My senpai helped me a lot since he taught me many things. Because Choso was bad teaching. Oh, not Choso bad teaching. I see. People who have the reverse curse technique, those who are willing to die or would like to die, can fight. Oh, Kitty is gonna fight? You gonna fight, Zeno? What are you talking about? I ain't fighting. I'm going back to sleep. Those who are willing to die or would like to die can fight. Everyone else is out or here. Wait. Everyone is out here just for support. Yeah. I'm going after Kashimo. I can see Sukuna's curse technique. You're provoking me by assuming I'm gonna lose. Poor Kashimo, my sweet baby. Like, oh, I love Kashimo. I'm probably one of the only people that loves Kashimo, but he's my baby. Just in case. I actually thank you for letting Gojo-san go first. I still can't accept it. If the death penalty is confirmed, I can fight Sukuna with the executioner sword. Dude, I need to see this. Oh my god, I really need to see this. And you know what's interesting right now? Now that I think about it, is we're getting something relatively similar in Toilet Bound Hinoko-kun, which, by the way, why the hell are you not reading it if you aren't already? You should be reading it. It's really freaking good, and the art is incredible. A one-hit killing sword. That's really useful, but aren't seizure and death penalty uncertain? It will depend on what offenses the judge raises for Sukuna's crimes. Then it's something you can't choose. That's right. I exchanged places with Sukuna 3 times in high school in the juvenile detention center in Shibuya. On 3 occasions, many people died in Shibuya and at the juvenile detention center. He's doing all the crazy things he wants after migrating inside Fushiguro, even for the battle in Shinjuku right now. The details for prosecution will be narrowed down then. Narrowed down then. Can't we point out a crime that has a high probability to get judgment with the death penalty? Which, to be honest, it will be difficult. Ooh, I wonder if that will, I wonder if Sukuna will switch out with Fushiguro with that. No, he's not going to do that. I doubt it. Summarizing the information about Sukuna, the actions Sukuna took with the high school Itadori was in are harming Itadori, taking over his body, attempted murder of Gojo Satoru at the juvenile detention center, complete assassination against Itadori, although this could be seen as an attempt since Itadori has come back to life. Attempted assassination of Fushiguro Megumi. In Shibuya, total assassination against 2 female students who were curse technique users. Attempted murder of a large... I don't think that was attempted murder. I think that was full-blown murder, man. Attempted murder of a large number of civilians. Complete murder of the side ponytail curse technique user. Burning of buildings under construction. Also about taking over for... Fushiguro Megumi's body. Depending on the condition of his body, it is fair to claim damage, total murder, and crime for obtaining a corpse. Okay, I want to point this out here because something that I titled my video a while ago, or one of my previous videos, is if the reset that went down killed Megumi, and it's this here. Also, about taking over Fushiguro Megumi's body. Depending on the condition of his body, it is fair to claim damage, total murder, and crime for obtaining a corpse. I told you that there was a chance that the moment that reset happened, that was when Sukuna killed Fushiguro. I'm not surprised. I would not be surprised if that was the case. But man, I'm really kind of pissed that we didn't get to see, like, if that is the case, I'm really pissed we didn't get to see it happen inside of Fushiguro's body. I would have loved to see what happened inside of his body. I would. I even said in the comments too, it's like I really wanted to see something similar, and I've been saying it for weeks too, that I really wanted to see something similar to what Nakaba did in Nanatsu no Taizai with the Demon King, and see like a fight on the outside and on the inside, and see like Fushiguro try to fight back against Sukuna. I would have loved to seen that. And because or this way it would have really confirmed that Megumi was dead. and maybe we could still get that, is seeing Sukuna actually kill Megumi. I would have loved to seen that. Oh, I would have loved to seen that. The only thing I can think of that is the closest thing to it was when Megumi's soul was broken, but nah, I don't think Megumi was dead then. No. I think that total no, it had to be when the total reset happened. It had to be when the total reset happened where Megumi if Megumi is dead, that had to be when it happened. That had to be when it happened. Because here's the thing. When Megumi's soul was was on the or is like basically shattered or almost shattered, so to speak. You would think that would be when he is like in purgatory or something like that. Something similar to this is the best way to explain it. Hold on a second. Okay, I have to get this out of my system or it'll drive me nuts. So, the best way to explain it is to compare it to Undead Unluck, and I'm spoiling it. Deal with it. You should be caught up with Undead Unluck manga. So the best way to explain it is what happened with Victor and Andy, because when Louise died, so to speak, Victor's soul, to an extent, shattered, and he didn't want to see her die, and hell, even see his friends die. He couldn't, actually, it wasn't her. He couldn't stand seeing his friends die anymore, and he didn't want to see the love of his life die. And what he did was what Louise did basically was put an artifact in his head, and he buried him in his own mind and ultimately created Andy. So I feel like that's basically what's going on here, or what was going on until the reset happened. At least that's what it seems like to me. But goddamn, I wish it. Damn it, Gege, why didn't you just show that? It's really bugging me that we didn't get that, but anyways, I'm very curious what you guys think, Undead and Luck readers, if this is what we're basically getting here. Anyways, it was worse at the juvenile detention center. Sukuna's finger is difficult to prosecute Sukuna for a crime if it is a cursed object. Indirectly, it is Sukuna's fault because he is not aiding and abetting. The same case could be said if Yoshino Junpei's mother. Oh, sorry. The same case could be said of Yoshino Junpei's mother for the assessment of guilt. If you kill a person, you will be punished with 10 to 15 years in prison. If you kill 2, it will be life imprisonment or death penalty. If you kill 3 people or more, it's basically the death penalty. It's impossible to rehabilitate Sukuna because of the social impact in his brutal, selfish actions. Comparing it to the Nagayama criteria, it should be a death sentence if it is an ordinary court. Nagayama. So basically, what it is the criteria for assessing whether the crime is applicable to the death penalty. I see. What? Kusakabe-san, did you get it? You're just pretending you do, aren't? Wait. Kusakabe-san, did you get it? You're just pretending you do, aren't you? Now I know that you're basically belittling me. If it's a normal court, including all crimes, Sukuna should get the death penalty. But with Higuruma's curse technique, the judge raises each crime for prosecution. If those are the only crimes he committed, we have about a 30% chance of achieving the death penalty. But the problem is the misdemeanors that will absorb the heinous crimes. For example, if you stab someone, you could be prosecuted for injury and attempted murder, but at the same time, the cloth will be torn, which can be considered property damage. There's a possibility that the judge will prosecute Sukuna's massacre for property damage or trespassing. What? Why? That's some bullshit. Sukuna did a full-on massacre. If he did a full-on massacre, he should be getting the death penalty for that because of all the deaths that because of the death toll. Come on. In that case, it is difficult to get the death penalty. Are you okay? In California, I'm going to say this about California. I know Japan's different, obviously. In California, our idiot politicians, even despite Californians voting for it multiple times, that we want the death penalty, our idiot politicians refuse to enforce it. I swear, fellow Californians, we have the power to recall. Recall these mofos already. We need to recall these mofos. Oregon has the power to recall their politicians too. I don't know why they aren't doing shit either. Seriously, recall them motherfuckers. But, well, I will say this, to be fair. San Francisco already recalled their DA, and Oakland is recalling their DA too. LA, I don't know what the fuck is taking you so long to recall your DA. That's stupid. You guys should be doing that already. But anyways, I'm glad my DA is where I live in Sac. Our DA doesn't do stupid shit. We don't do stupid shit like that. Like what's going on in Oakland and LA and well, not as much in San Francisco anymore. But anyways, but yeah. But seriously, man, lethal injections need to come back, or death penalty needs to come back for real. Now it's just life in prison without parole. I'm so tired of this. Just freaking do the death penalty, man. We voted for it like multiple times. I don't understand how it's difficult to get the death penalty when there's plenty of evidence. It makes no sense. The judge even raised my crime as playing pachinko. I understand what you are saying is possible. Yes, and the other way around, Sukuna could be prosecuted for misdemeanors from the moment he reincarnated into Itadori. What are you saying? Are you an idiot? Besides, the problem are the crimes from 1,000 years ago. Doesn't the statute of limitations apply to them? What the fuck is this? Modern law was introduced in the Meiji era, and modern law has the concept of statute of limitations. Then the statute of limitations apply. No shit! In 2010, the Code of Criminal Procedure was amended to remove... Are you fucking serious? In 2010, the Code of Criminal Procedure was amended to remove the statute of limitations on murder. So the statute of limitations doesn't apply? Like, I understand, in terms of statute of limitations, in terms of murder, like, I understand if we're talking about, like, 50 years or some shit like that, but we're talking thousands of years. Like, come on, man. No, there's a statute of limitations for murders that took place before 1985. Thank you. Then it does apply. However, the legal system of the Heian period has no statute of limitations, and the statute of limitations doesn't apply? Then what is the truth? I don't know. Huh? If the criminal is outside Japan, the statute of limitations will stop. Depending on how Sukuna's case is handled before reincarnation, it might not apply even with modern laws. Then maybe being dead will be assumed as being overseas? Yes. Well, technically you are crossing the river Styx. So, I guess. Judge Shigur is a Shikigami attached to my curse technique. If I think it is possible, I guess that's how the judge will decide. And also the judge looks fabulous. In conclusion, regarding the crimes of 1,000 years ago and the judge's discretion, Sukuna's additional crimes are countless, and the probability of choosing a crime among all of them will be really low. Dude, the crime that just, like, literally happened during the colon game, man. Here's or not the colon game, before the colon game that happened. Like, come on. That should apply here. It's a bullshit, I swear. At least you can start from guilty to seize. That will be useful enough and useful. But I don't know if the seizure will apply to both the 10 shadows and the shrine if it were only one of them. Well, even if that's the case, it will help us quite a bit. Maybe there is. Maybe there is a certain way to give Sukuna a death sentence. Okay, let's see. I feel like wouldn't the best way to give Sukuna a death sentence is if there's enough evidence to prove that Sukuna killed Megumi and possessed his corpse, or hell, even God, I think that's so stupid that the property damage is more important than the fact that Sukuna massacred a bunch of people using his malevolent shrine. I just don't get that. Gojo-kun, Kenjaku, Sukuna, I knew they would be defeated by the guys at that level, but they all dodge it, so maybe it does damage to some extent if it hits. Enough distractions. I will talk to you later, Mimi-kun. Okay. Back to the fight here. I'm very curious what you guys think of the law and like the red tape that's going on here. It's very weird and bizarre. I'm glad to an extent there are statute of limitations in regards to murders like before 1985, because that would make sense. But there's also like the thing with the overseas and shit like that. It's complicated, man. Laws are weird at times, for real. Was that? Ooh. Itadori. Let's start over again. Oh, here we go. Domain expansion, deadly silence. The third trial. Let's start the trial we had now, including Sukuna. We can prosecute Sukuna for the Shibuya massacre. Yeah! The crime for each trial of deadly sentence is random. That's no good. Actually, the trial is requested for a crime that has already been tried. It is possible to continue the trial by adding Sukuna as a co-defendant with the same crime. It's because I don't benefit from it. The target of the curse technique is Itadori. Even if he fails, we can reduce the crime since he was reincarnated as Itadori. And on October 31st, 2018, Itadori Yuji was suspected of committing a massacre in Shibuya. He did not commit the murder. The confession he made in the second trial was false. It was a product of his strong sense of responsibility. The real culprit is, will the tables be turned? The deadly courtroom battle begins. Okay, so there's going to be a break next week, and we're going to get the next chapter on December 18th. I'm so excited for this. This is going to be very, very interesting. Ooh. This is going to be very smart. I want to go back to what was said here. The third trial. Let's start the trial we had now, including Sukuna. We could prosecute Sukuna for the Shibuya massacre. The crime for each trial of deadly sentence is random. So yeah. Thank God. I'm glad. I was like thinking, yeah. There's that massacre. The massacre he needs to be prosecuted for that. He does. The trial needs to continue. Actually, if a trial is requested for a crime that has already been tried, it is possible to continue the trial by adding Sukuna as a co-defendant with the same crime. It's because I don't want benefit from it. The target of the curse technique is Itadori. Even if he fails, we can reduce the crime since he was reincarnated as Itadori, at least at the time. On October 31st, 2018, Itadori Yuji was suspected of committing a massacre in Shibuya. He did not commit the murder. The confession he made in the second trial was false. It was a product of his strong sense of responsibility. Hmm. I don't think would he get charged with perjury? I don't think he would get charged with perjury based on what Higuruma is saying. I don't think he would get charged with perjury. What would he get charged for? What's the wording I'm looking for? Oh my god, it's dry. So what it would be, the rule, it would be a mistrial probably, right? Yeah. I gotta wonder if that's what it's gonna go. It's gonna be. Do you guys think it would be considered a mistrial at or like we're gonna see like a wrong? It's gonna be like we're gonna have the wrongful conviction overturned. It's gonna be considered a mistrial or whatnot. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about that. But what do you guys think in regards to um oh my god. Fushiguro, do you guys think, based on what was said earlier in the chapter, that this confirms that Fushiguro died the moment that Sakana did the reset? I kind of think it does. But then there's also the matter of purgatory, or not purgatory, there's the matter of like the fact, remember what we've seen with like Nobara and Gojo and stuff, especially in the case for Nobara's best example of like crossing over and all that. Well, I know, because people are gonna be like, well, what about that? Well, the thing is though, remember with Megumi, we saw his soul being crushed. We saw his soul crushed before before Sakana fully took over. Not only Sakana fully taken over, but before the reset. So I think because we saw his soul basically being crushed to an extent, kind of similar to what we saw with Victor, and like being and with Victor and Undead Unluck, and burying himself deep in Andy, well, technically his mind, but you know what I mean. I and hell, even before the final loop, because of Louise dying. I'm sorry, I'm spoiling it. Deal with it. He couldn't take the heartbreak. He just couldn't take the heartbreak, and just didn't want to deal with it anymore. And he just buried himself and said he doesn't want to come out ever again. I feel like it's that. That's why I'm like, it's that kind of thing. And then as soon as that reset happened, gone, because his soul was that weak in regards to Megumi. I'm telling you, Megumi is dead, man. I'm just, again, I'm just annoyed that if this is the case, I'm really annoyed that we didn't get to see it actually happen. I would have liked to seen it happen. That's been this has been the one thing that's been frustrating me with, and I said earlier, the one thing that's been frustrating me with Megumi is I want to see what's been going on in his subconscious, because that's something we've been seeing specifically with Sakana inside of Itadori, is we get to see like their interactions inside in Itadori's subconscious. I wanted to see more of that in Megumi. Why did we not get that? I would have loved to see more of that and see Sakana just look at Megumi. Obviously, you know, he's got. No, we saw that with the Demon King as well in Nanatsu no Taizai. Like, even though the Demon King was fighting on the outside, we did see him, obviously he was fighting on the inside too, in the subconscious. So like I want to see that. I really wanted to see that shit. That's not fair, man. Why couldn't we get this, Gege? But here's the thing, that would have been different though. We wouldn't have seen Megumi fight though. Now, unlike what we saw in Tazai, where we did see eventually we did see Zeldaris and Meliodas fight back. We wouldn't have seen Megumi fight back. No, we wouldn't have seen him fight back. Because that would have made it different. Because I really don't, because I know people, because I know I said I wanted it to be like very similar and in a way be almost the same as a Tazai. Now that I'm thinking about it even more, I really would have liked it to be more of the opposite, where Megumi does sink into the darkness, not just sink into the darkness, but die, because remember, this whole thing is a parallel to what happened with Toji. And Toji didn't survive this shit. Gumi not gonna survive either. But man, I just would have loved to see what happened in the subconscious. And yeah, technically I would have loved to see Toji up at that subconscious too. Really bugs me, man. Ugh. So annoyed by that. Ugh. But let me know what you guys thought of this chapter. What do you guys think about based off of what was said in this chapter? Does it confirm that Megumi is indeed dead? Or do you think this is similar to what we have seen, like, say, in Undead Unluck, or in Natsuno Tazai with Andy and Zeldaris respectively? And do you guys kind of wish we had something similar to, again, with what we've seen in Nanatsu no Taizai, but like taken into a darker direction? And hell, even with the reset, see Sakuna, like, see it actually happen in the subconscious. Oh, I'm just so annoyed by that, man. And what do you guys think about how the trial's being executed from a legal standpoint? I really like it. I love the writing for this. I do. I think it's brilliant in regards to that. But what do you guys think about the terms of limitations and how it applies to Sakuna? I like that. That's a really, really deep. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more Jujutsu Kaisen content. A few ways you can do that: donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off our Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.